What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with a transfer deadline day special. It's only right I bring a special guest on the channel. Big up Kevin Campbell. How are you, bro?
Hi, Curtis. How are you, man? I'm good. Looking forward to the day. I'm hoping there's a surprise or two. I hope so.
Bro, I think, you know what? I think Arsenal fans right now are feeling very pessimistic about everything they're reading. You know, I put Aouar and Partey on the thumbnail for this, and people are saying to me, you know, take them off the picture, man. Them two aren't happening. What do you make of this transfer window? I mean, I was just checking. We finished 8th last season. The 7 teams who finished above us have all spent more money than us. You then include the likes of Newcastle, Everton, Aston Villa, Leeds, who finished below us, have all outspent us. How are we supposed to bridge that gap without spending proper money?
Well, let me ask a question. Does spending money actually mean they're going to be better? Because you look at Manchester United, let's be honest, man. I'm telling you, Curtis, it's... Look, we know, the crazy thing is we know what we need. Yeah. We know a lot of those clubs have bolstered their squads. Yeah. But they're not on the upward curve that we are on. Under Arteta, you know, winning a trophy is big. Now we want to take the next step. Yeah, we want to take the next step. So we know we need a Partey and we need an Aouar and we need probably another. Yeah. Will it happen? I don't know. Do I think it should happen? 100% it should happen. Of course. And I think that's why the fan base is going a little bit crazy, because we know what we need. We've been linked with these guys most of the summer, and we're down to the last day again. So, you know, it's difficult, man.
I mean, if we finish this window and let's say we don't sign anyone, I think everyone knows we need to address that midfield. As much as Xhaka and El Neni have improved, they're not going to take us to the heights that we need. We spoke about Partey before. We've seemingly had a free hit at Partey and Aouar this summer. You know, the likes of Madrid and Barcelona are not spending this year. Financial fair play has been dropped. Do heads need to be rolling if we finish today without addressing it? And in terms of Kroenke and the board, Edu and those types of guys.
Well, not necessarily, Curtis, but what we have to understand, and you know what, Curtis, a lot of us Gooners don't want to admit it. Usually what has to happen is you've got to sell some to get money in. Yeah. We just haven't got the pieces to sell. Nobody wants our guys, really. No. You know what I mean? They don't want them. They want them on loan. They want them cheap. Nobody wants our guys. So this is from the past that is coming to roost now. The chickens from the past are coming to roost now. So now we have to be a little bit smarter. Yeah, can Stan Kroenke go into his pocket and dip into his pocket? Of course he can do that. And that's what I think the fan base would love him to do. Yeah. But as a business, you know, you think, right, we've got assets at the club. Sell them and then we can recoup money to make some moves. I truly believe we will get one. I don't know which one. It might be Aouar, it might be Partey. I don't know, but I believe we will get one of them.
See, Kev, that's why I brought you on here, because I woke up this morning with no optimism, and you give me hope when you say things like that. I'm hoping someone's told you something, man.
Well, Curtis, look, if we're really honest, you don't work that hard in the background to try Arteta on the phone to Aouar and all this kind of thing. You don't work that hard in the background if you're not going to stick your neck on the block to try and get the guy. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We know that there's been links with other clubs and all that, but he wants to come to Arsenal. We know it. He wants to come to the Gunners. We just need to get it over the line. Look, we've got money for Martinez and stuff like that. Torreira could be going as well. He might be going to Atletico Madrid. We just don't know. So, you know, there's an opportunity to move and shake there, Curtis. We've got to get one over the line, mate.
We have to. I mean, big up Musa with this comment here. Our net spend this summer is 2 million, right? How come the pandemic is hitting Arsenal?
Forget net spend.
All right,
Forget net spend. Do you know why, Curtis? You know why this is all this? The net spend is this. The net spend is that. No, that's just balancing books. Net spend is just balancing books. You know, Liverpool have said, "Oh, our net spend is X amount," but they've broke the record for a goalkeeper and a centre back.
Yeah.
Before Harry Maguire. So don't worry about the net spend. Liverpool have spent money. It's our time now. We've spent money. We've got a good one in Gabriel. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
We've got a good one in Gabriel. Looks the part. Saliba is finding his feet in the background. He's going to be a good player once he gets his opportunity. But we know where we need to strengthen. And this is why, look, a lot of the fan base is a bit touchy. But I reckon we'll get one. I'd love us to get two, Curtis. I'd love us to get two and just solidify that midfield.
Do you know why I think it's so frustrating, Kev? Is because I think every Arsenal fan can see that we're moving in the right direction. There's optimism and hope. We've won the FA Cup. Aubameyang's re-signed. Gabriel looks like a gem. Willian boosts the squad. We can all see what we need to address. Why do we never build from a position of power? You know, we only buy an Aubameyang when Alexis Sanchez leaves, or, you know, we only strengthen when we lose a big player. Why do we never build on what we've got? It's, you know, they keep saying trust the process, but I don't know what the process is.
Well, Curtis, look, I love that. I love when you say that about, you know, trust the process, but you're right. Trust the process, but our problem is at Arsenal, there has been, you know, the recruitment hasn't been great. So again, we get back to that recruitment because you could lose one or two normally from after recruit, but your squad is still strong. Yeah. If we're honest, we've been weak, Curtis. We've been weak. And Mikel Arteta has done as much as he can with the same players virtually that Emery had. We're looking to build, and we're looking to build on that. Of course we are. Aubameyang signing, great. Now we want Arteta to start getting some players that he chooses. Yeah. And this is the big problem. We need them in now because, you know what? Look at the way the league is, Curtis. If we get those players in, we could eat up some of them points that normally we would be giving away last season. We could eat up some of them points and cause a gap between some of the clubs. So, do you know what I mean? I think it's such an important day for Arsenal today.
Huge day. Huge day. I mean, we've started the season reasonably well. 3 wins out of 4. I think all Arsenal fans would have taken that when you looked at the fixtures. We knew the Liverpool game would be tough. Do you think, you know, we saw Liverpool get annihilated yesterday, as well as Man United? We'll come to that. Do you think we were a little bit negative in our approach in the Liverpool game, the league game at Anfield?
No, I don't. I just don't think we played well enough, Curtis, especially in the first half. You know, Liverpool changed their press on us, and we couldn't adjust to it until Arteta got them in at half time. Because, you know, when we played them at Wembley and when we played them at the Emirates, we were bypassing their press.
Yeah, we got.
But if you notice, Liverpool were trapping us at Anfield because they were committing more men to the press. So that was something we had to work out, and we just couldn't work out on the fly. They were trapping us at times in our own box, just outside our own box. You know, it's madness football. But we took the lead. We took the lead, and they even went for us more on the press, didn't they? You know, they even come for the jugular, and we just couldn't bypass it. They ended up worthy winners, although there were some dubious decisions. You know, Mane could have got sent off, etc., etc. So we know all that. But that was a good yardstick for us. I think in that game, if we'd have had the midfield that we would have wanted, we'd have beat them. I truly believe we would have beat them. But we haven't got that dynamism yet. We need an athletic midfield. We haven't quite got it yet. El Nani does a good job. Xhaka does a good job. But to get to that next level, I don't think we're quite there.
Yeah, man. It's. I mean, yesterday against Sheffield United, the first half was. I mean, if anyone's struggling with sleep, you know, just go and watch that first half, and you'll get to sleep pretty quick because that first half was a shambles, bro.
Yeah, it was awful.
The second half, I mean, do you know what? When we signed Willian, I liked that signing because I felt like he would play in the 10 role for us with Pepe on the right. He's actually been playing Willian over Pepe on the right.
That's right.
But we saw in that second half when Pepe came on, Willian dropped 10. Aubameyang went central for, we've been asking for this for a long time.
Saka stayed on the left.
There you go. 20 minutes, 2 goals, game was pretty much done. He's got to go with that, surely, moving forward.
Yeah, look, I like Willian. I like Willian running from the midfield.
Yeah.
Out wide, he could kind of get the touchline can be used against him, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But when he picks the ball up in the center of the pitch, he's got so much room to maneuver, and he's got fantastic energy, man. You know what I mean? So I love that. Listen, maybe Arteta got it wrong in the first half, but boy, did he adjust it?
Yeah.
And I think Pepe come under a little bit of stick at Anfield because his corners weren't right, and he kind of looked a little bit lethargic.
Yeah.
But he looked half decent on the Thursday in the Carabao Cup, and he came on and he made a difference against Sheffield United. Let's be honest, yesterday
He did.
Came on, he looked really sharp. So I just think pace hurts teams, man. You got pace on the right, you got pace on the left, you got pace at striker, and you got pace coming from deep. Teams will fear Arsenal big time. And if you can get that solidity there as well, athleticism, then we're going places. I like what Arteta done putting Willian at the 10.
Yeah. Looking at what we've got at the moment, like, let's just assume, we don't get anybody, right? And the way all the other teams have started and,
do both ways, Curtis, because I don't like you looking so down.
Bro, I'm telling you, this is what they do.
I don't like you looking so down.
This is what they do.
Go with it without, and then go with it with. Please.
All right, go with it. All right, go. Let's go
with it without first. Let's do without first.
Go without. Let's say today we don't get anyone, right?
Yeah.
Looking at the other squads, do you think we've got enough to finish in the top 4?
I think it's going to be a tall order. I think it will really be a tall order. And it's solely because I think what we're proving now is against some of the lesser sides, Curtis, we can take them. Even when we're not playing well, we can take them. But it's against the top teams where the midfield is going to really matter. I think that's where the issue might be. And you know what? I think Arteta might have stumbled across something what to do to up that energy in the midfield by putting Willian in the 10 role. Because he's fit, he will come back and he would wrap from the opposite side as well. So, I think that really could happen. So, can we do it? Yes. Will it be a tall order? It will be a tall order, trying to find the right balance. And by the way, Ceballos was first class yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought Ceballos was first class. I would like to see Ceballos with Willian.
Yeah.
Because he kind of come off and then Willian went in the 10.
Yeah.
Because Ceballos, he loves to get on the ball and he always wants to play forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll be interested to see that.
I think Ceballos, like you said, he was helped by Willian getting in the pockets. Pepe had a good little link up with him. So we've got the players there. It's just using them in the right way.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Looking at the 2 potential signings then, let's be a bit more optimistic, right?
Let's be positive.
Let's be positive, right? Which one of, because I don't see us getting both, but potentially we may get one. Which one of those 2 do you feel we need more? Because a lot of people say we need the creativity. Some people say we need the power. We need that Vieira kind of player. Which one of the 2 would you rather see us get if you had a choice?
For us to make the top 4, if I had to choose one, it would be Partey. And the reason why is when you play against the better teams, you've got to match. Not only do you have to match energy, but you have to have the quality in that central midfield role. You have to have it. And I just don't feel, look, I think Xhaka's done well. I think El Neni's done well. Anyone who goes in there does a decent job. But when you're playing against the top boys, you need a bit more. You need, when the opportunity opens up for a central midfielder to win it and then break, we don't have that. El Neni's, he'll win it and he'll pass it. Xhaka will win it and he'll pass it. We need somebody who's going to win it and go. So I think Partey would be that guy. Listen, Aouar's not far behind, by the way, because
Yeah,
when you see that guy, what he can do, both-footed, play anywhere across that midfield and front lot, virtually bar striker, I suppose.
yeah.
He's a creator. But I still think we will score goals without Aouar.
Mm,
I think we'll be a lesser team or without Partey, but a better team with him. So
yeah.
I'll go for Partey.
That's the one we need. I mean, before yesterday's game, there was a stat out saying that we've had the second least shots in the Premier League. Only West Brom had less. I think Arteta's made us more solid, but do you think he needs to be a little bit more, flexible with his formations and his styles? Because, playing three at the back against Sheffield United, who are bottom of the league.
Curtis, you're a bad
telling
guy,
you.
man. You're a smart guy, man.
I'm pressing you today, bro.
Yeah, listen, you're getting the matter going. Listen, let me just tell you this. Arteta has to keep us solid. Because if we open up, Curtis, we haven't got the midfield to match a lot of the other teams.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's why when we went a little bit more expansive against West Ham at home, what do West Ham do? West Ham start cutting through us, all the way through us. So we can't afford that because we don't have the personnel to do both. We can only, El Nene, Xhaka, these guys can only do one.
Yeah.
So Bios can do a bit more. But I think he's just getting himself fit, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just getting himself back. That's why we need Partey. Partey could break things up. He could win it. He can run with it. He's a monster in that midfield. That's why I think we need him most.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I just think, yeah, they want to know
how are you so calm?
That's why I got you on here, because I woke up vexed this morning. I'm telling you, I saw Man United lining up free signings, and Chelsea and Everton have signed Ben Godfrey, a good player.
Yeah.
I want to see Arsenal making moves, man.
Yeah, I know. And listen, I've got the faith. Honestly, I've got the faith, because you know what, Curtis, as a fan base, like we keep saying, we see what we need. Do you reckon Arteta and Edu and them guys don't know what we need? They need a specific type of player, and we've been linked with those specific type of players. You don't put all that work in for nothing. If we don't get them, then fair enough, the fan base could, holler and scream and say whatever. But if we get one, at least that's another piece to the jigsaw. It's not complete, but the key is putting those pieces and getting that picture correct in that jigsaw.
Why do you think they've left it till the last day? This Partey release clause been there all summer.
Curtis, you're dealing with two clubs, Atletico and Lyon, who know the value of the players.
Yeah.
Who they're smart. They're happy to keep the players because the players are quality. They know Partey wants to leave, but because of the clause, they can lean against the clause. Because of Lyon's owner's a wily old fox, man. He come out and say he's going nowhere and he'll play him and all that. That time he knows he wants to sell him, but he wants the top dollar for him.
Yeah.
That's what has to happen. So they've got to play smart with it, Curtis. Arsenal have to play, it may come down to the last knock-ins, but Arsenal have to try and wheel and deal and get their guy.
Do you know what? I'll be honest. Two things have given me hope in that we get a deal done today, right? Number one, I'm seeing Guendouzi and Torreira set to leave on loan. Surely we can't let two centre midfielders go without somebody being lined up. And I hope it's not Jorginho, by the way, because I don't want to see that kangaroo jumping penalty on the Emirates, man. I'm not trying to see that.
I can't see it, Curtis. I can't see it, Curtis. I can't see it. Because he's a decent ball player.
Yeah.
But he is not what we need. He is not dynamic. He's not physical. You know what I mean? He can get bullied. That's definitely not what we need. And is he creative? Not. He's a passer, but is he creative? No, he's not an OR, is he? He's not one who can beat somebody. So You know, I think Ceballos does that job that he does pretty well. So we
Yeah.
don't need Jorginho.
I wanted to ask you something. A lot of people are saying, I wonder if Aubameyang feels like he's been lied to. Have you
No.
have you ever signed a new contract at a club? And in that discussion before you've signed it, have you ever said to a club, who are you looking to bring in? I want to know who's going to be here next summer.
Well, this is the problem, you see. If you, as a player, Curtis, need to sign a contract because of who the club might get, you're in problems. Because the reason why you're in problems is because the player might not want to come.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I've never signed a contract out of any club on the premise that, they're going to get X, Y, Z in, because X, Y, Z might get a better offer from somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, you can't sign on the dotted line like that. I think the project is what Mikel Arteta put to Aubameyang, and Aubameyang loves the project. And look, let's just face it, Aubameyang's loved at Arsenal. He's loved at Arsenal. He's going to be a legend, we believe, under Arteta moving forward, and he's captain. So why not sign? It's probably his last big contract. He could have gone elsewhere, but he decided to stay. Fantastic. I'm happy with that. What we need to do is we need to get him more chances, because I think we've kind of let him down, and we're not playing to his strengths.
No. Don't forget, let me just tell everyone, subscribe to the channel. Over 1,000 of you watching right now. Smash that like button. Go and subscribe to Kevin Campbell's channel, One Kevin Campbell. One of your old clubs, Everton. I know you do a lot of work keeping your eye on them. I've been so impressed with them this season. Now, to me, a process is only as strong as the support that it gets. Now, we've seen Ancelotti come in, a top manager. He's been backed. He's been shrewd. He signed Rodriguez, Alan, and Decore for less than £50 million. 3 top players. You've seen how good they look. I mean, they're top of the league. This is where my frustration comes from, because you look at it and you go, Decore, 20 million. If you felt like Partey was a little bit expensive, why was we not in that conversation? When he publicly said that he used to watch Arsenal when he was a kid and all this, that, the other. This is where the frustration comes from when you look at that Everton project and you see what they're doing.
Well, you know what, Curtis? Look, Everton have been after Decore since Marco Silva was manager.
Okay.
So it was like 3 seasons they've been after Decore. Couldn't get him. Watford wanted too much money. We've discussed it previously that Decore brings a physicality that we just don't have. He brings a energy to the team that we don't really have. But there's a lot of teams in for these guys now. Carlo Ancelotti realized what he needed. He needed to take out the old Cortina engine and change it for that Rolls Royce engine, and that's what he done. He brought Alan in, he brought Decore in, and he brought that little bit of finesse and quality in Rodriguez, all for under 50 million quid. Now, that's great business. That's great management and great recruitment. They've also strengthened in other areas, which Everton needed to do. Arsenal maybe not as much, because, as I keep saying, Arsenal's recruitment has been poor. Let's be honest. It has been poor. And Everton's hasn't been much better, by the way. It hasn't been much better. But the fact that Carlo Ancelotti came in at the same time as Arteta, he realized what he needed, and he got backed. They said, right, here's the money. Shrewd business. For under 50 million, we can get these free. He done the business, and look at Everton now. Everton look like a changed team. They look totally different. Even with Alan out. And Richarlison not there. It won't be come in and look the business. Do you know what I mean? Decore still there. These guys look solid. They look strong. That's a bit of what we want. Although, look, are Everton a better team than Arsenal? We just don't know. Is their midfield better than ours? Yes, it is.
100%.
It is better than ours. But that's what we're looking to address, and we have to address it in this window.
I mean, Kev, you said Everton had a Cortina engine and they upgraded it to a Rolls Royce. I think Arsenal's midfield is like an old Skoda engine at the moment.
No, we're the BM316i. You know the old 316i, where the injection, thinking we're fast, but we're not.
Big up Beatbox Dre Beats. He said, Kevin, can Everton win the title? Also, do you feel Arteta has been failed when Spurs, Chelsea, etc. have all spent and looked better?
Well, I define look better. I mean, don't forget Everton turned Spurs over first day of the season. I think Man United have been poor. I don't want to take away from what Spurs done because it's a hell of a result, and I don't even really want to speak about them on this channel.
No.
Do you know what I mean? But when you actually look at what's going on, Spurs have had the squad for a while, haven't they? But it's just a matter of they haven't had a tune out of it since really Pochettino left. Which is fair enough. Everton, can they win the title? I don't think they can, because with injuries and listen, at the start of the season, it's all great. But when the winter starts kicking in and it becomes a war of attrition and you have to lean on your squad a little bit more, that's when we're gonna see how Everton do. But listen, I'm not gonna deny I'm pleased for Everton, because Everton have suffered at the hands of that Liverpool for years. So the boys on Merseyside in blue are very happy. But Arsenal got to address that midfield, man. We got to put that Rolls Royce engine in.
We have to, man. It needs buy-in today. After the international break, our next 3 games: Manchester City away, Leicester at home, Man United away. Going into those games, I really want to see a positive approach to them games. I don't want to see us go there and kind of hang on. I know what you were saying. We can't open up too much because you've seen that we can get picked off. But equally, when you see Aston Villa score 7 against Liverpool and Leeds score 3, it shows that teams can be got at. And I think sometimes we pay these teams a little bit too much respect. And I want to see us go to one of these top 4 clubs this season and go and beat them at their place.
Yeah, that's what we all want, Curtis. Let's be honest. We all want that. But you know what? Do we have the personnel? We know with the personnel that we have how to beat City, because we've beaten City. Yeah. And don't forget, we've taken some lumps off City in the past. We've had some beatings. And in Project Restart, the first game where we got toasted. We got toasted there. So we've got to be careful what we wish for. Now, if we get the players who we think we can get today, then we can maybe open up a little bit more. You understand? And put Willian in the number 10, and we've got that base. But if we don't get who we're supposed to get today, then we have to play a little bit more cautious, bring City onto us and catch them on the break, because we've proven we can catch them on the break. And City at the back are not what they used to be.
No, they're not at all. That's for certain. One player yesterday who...
Hey, by the way, Leicester ain't, and Man United ain't what they used to be either. So we can get them too.
No, we can get them. We can. You've seen that over the weekend with their results. One player yesterday I was delighted for, and that is Nicolas Pepe. He's had a bit of a slow start to the season. I think we can all see this talent there. What I liked about that goal yesterday was there was killer instinct in that goal. I was actually screaming at the TV, pass, because Aubameyang was there. And he slotted it in the corner, and I'm like, that's what I want to see from this guy. That kind of aggression, that give me the ball, I'll make something happen. What do you think he needs to do this season to be, a success? He's our record signing. What do you think he needs to do and Arteta needs to do?
Well, Curtis, I'm going to ask you a question quickly.
Go on.
Have you seen Nicolas Pepe do that before?
I have seen him do that.
Have you seen him play 1-2, get it, and finish like that? I haven't.
Oh no, not in an Arsenal shirt. No, maybe at
right.
Yeah.
So that for me, that was straight off the training ground. That's Arteta. That's the Arteta effect. Now, Arteta's saying to him, "Look, this is what I want from you," and he's working on it on the training field. And you could see, because he was being, I think what you're saying is he's being direct. That's
Yeah,
what we want him. Because when he's direct, he can kill these defenders. But when
yeah,
he's umming and ahhing and cutting back and doing this and doing that, it nullifies his effectiveness because people can get back round him. So he has to pass it or they take it off him. But when he gets it, gives it goals, and he's direct, these defenders can't live with him. That's the Pepe we want. And I think that instinct is going to take a bit of time because remember, no disrespect to League 1, the Premier League is faster and more physical. So
yeah.
he's got to get up to speed for that mentality. And luckily, we saw a glimpse of it. We need more of it, but we
A
saw a
lot
glimpse
more.
of it. We saw a glimpse of it yesterday, which was brilliant for us.
It was, man. Big up Steam Croak with a question and the super chat. He said, "Can I ask your opinion on us firing our mascot after 27 years? He missed his own brother's wedding to be at a home game. Gunnosaurus been let go, man. Maybe they need that extra £500 a week to give to Thomas Partey, you know. Was he at the club when you was there?"
He came in. He came in kind of late on. He came in late on in my Arsenal career. Which
Yeah,
listen, it was back then. It was the junior gunners and stuff like that, and
yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
great for the junior gunners. But look, we don't know the circumstances of what's going on. If it is an extra £500 that they needed, sorry, Gunnosaurus, you got to go, my man. You got to
Man,
go.
you know what
But
I
we
mean?
need to get these guys in. I just think there might be a change of tack going on at the football club right now. 27 years is a good stretch, but they
Yeah.
might be going a different direction. I don't know, but at the end of the day, he's had a good career.
He's had a good run at it, man. He has. And like you said, whoever's got to go has got to go to get these players in, man. Talking of strikers, Eddie and Nketiah started yesterday. I think we've both said before, I like Eddie, but I don't necessarily think he's ready to lead the line for us at the moment. I think he's a bit limited in what he can do at the moment. Do you think he needs maybe a loan move to go and gain some experience? He went to Leeds, they sent him back early. I kind of feel a little bit, I feel like Lacazette should start ahead of him or Aubameyang through the middle. Why do you think Arteta goes with Eddie so often?
Yeah, I think one thing Eddie's got an eye for goal, and
He has, yeah.
he works his socks off, and I
Yeah.
think Arteta plays him up there to give defenders a nightmare because he's harassing them all the time. And I think nuisance value of that is great. He's not as good a player yet as Lacazette is, especially
Nowhere near.
holding the ball up, etc. Lacazette's got a lot of experience of doing that, and he's proven. I think for me, Eddie needs a loan. He needs to play
Yeah.
games regular to understand what he needs to do. But does that then weaken Arsenal? Because there's going to be times where Lacazette won't play. And I think Arteta sometimes likes Aubameyang coming from the left. But we saw a different Aubameyang with Willian in behind, didn't we? And Pepe
Yeah.
on the right and Saka on the left. So you never know. You never know. Arteta might think to himself, do you know what? I could get away with this. I could loan Eddie out. But I just think Eddie's a good player, but he will be a lot better if he had a loan spell where he played regular.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. A lot of people say this. They say, "Oh, Eddie works hard." I mean, it's crazy because, I mean, you yourself, you're an ex-player. You played under the likes of George Graham. I can't imagine George Graham often complimented players on working hard. I feel like surely that was a given when you played at levels like that. And nowadays people say, "Oh, he works hard," and they compliment him for it. It's funny how times change like that, isn't it?
Yeah, back in the day, that you got no pat on the back for working hard. That was
You know what I mean?
really a given. But that's
Yeah.
what was expected. And do you know what? I think that's why the fan base back then connected with the team. Because when you sat in the stand or you watched it on TV, you knew what you were going to get.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If we didn't play well, you knew we're still going to put a shift in. So that's what the fan base knew. So working hard now, obviously, people don't take it for granted. So they compliment these guys on working hard. So it's just times of change. Football's a little bit different now as well, isn't it? Where they say football's better now and it's quicker now and all that, but I'm not so sure if the players are better. I think we had better teams back then.
Yeah, I would say so.
You look at the teams 10, 15 years ago, the excellent teams who, you wouldn't worry about going into any game. But now where they're worried about our midfield, which is crazy.
I mean, do you know what, Kev? I'm just seeing a thing pop up here, and Arsenal being linked with Thomas Lamar from Atletico Madrid. I mean, it's not the Thomas we wanted to sign from Atletico Madrid. That's for sure. I mean,
they're trying to offload him, Curtis. They're trying to offload him.
How typical would it be if we're chasing Thomas Partey the whole summer and we sign Thomas Lamar instead?
Now, wouldn't that just be Arsenal? Wouldn't that just be Arsenal? We go for Thomas Partey, end up with Thomas Lamar, and we still haven't got that defensive midfield shield who we need.
Yeah.
That would be typical Arsenal. Crazy. But one thing, if you remember rightly, we were linked with Lamar a few seasons ago before he joined Atletico for 100 million. Was it final day of the season, and we couldn't get the deal done.
No.
He went to Atletico Madrid, which it has never worked out for him there.
No.
So he's an ailing player right now. He's still young enough and still's got the ability, but it will be a pet project for Arteta if he came in to put his arm around him and try and boost him up. But we still won't have the defensive shield.
Yeah, that's it. So before I let you go, Kev, I know you got a lot of things to do today. You're hoping that we get one of them done?
No, I'm hoping two.
You're hoping two?
Of course, I'm hoping two. I'm hoping we get them both done, Curtis. But I will accept one. Which
one do you think's more likely?
The one I think more likely is probably OR, because Arteta's spoken to him, and I think that Leon chairman is a wily old fox, but I think he wants his money.
He
does.
Know what I
mean? He wants his money. So as long as the money's coming in, he don't mind. I think Atletico can afford to be a little more stubborn on the 45 million or 50 million euros or whatever it is for Partey. Not budging. That's what we want. Pay us the money. If you're not, see you later. So I think they would be a lot more stubborn on that. But listen, I wouldn't cry if we get OR.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I wouldn't cry.
Yeah.
But I just think we need both. We really do to push us to that top 4 level.
I mean, it's going to be an interesting day. I think we've got, 11 hours till the window closes, man. So
it's exciting, guys, man.
Exciting, but I want to see something happening. We need to sell some players as well, bro. We've got 8 centre-backs, Kev.
Yeah, they got to go. Listen, get rid of them. Get them out.
Get them out.
Arteta and Edu.
What do you think quickly, about Saliba?
No.
They're talking about Saliba going on loan after we waited a year for him to come. What do you think of that one?
Well, I don't know what is happening on the training ground. Obviously, Arteta maybe thinks he's not quite ready yet. And you could understand that because, he's a 19-year-old kid. He's a young man. And maybe he just isn't quite ready yet. Maybe he needs to play a bit like Eddie. Maybe he needs to play more first-team football in order to get ready. So I don't knock Arteta if that was to happen. But, I really want to see him. I want to see him play because I think with him, Gabriel and Luiz, we might have something special back there.
Yeah, man, that Gabriel looks like a real gem. Like, he looks superb.
Proper player.
He'll be a Brazilian international very quickly, I think.
Yeah, he's a proper player. You know what I love about him? He's aggressive and he likes to get tight to people. Not to give him time. And he's got that left foot that he can pass really well. I really like that in him. I didn't know he was such a good passer, but he's an excellent user of the ball from the back.
Yeah, I saw him playing little round the corners yesterday, and I thought, raw, like, I like the look of that, bro.
He can play, man. He can play.
Yeah, big up, Kev. Thank you very much for coming on. I know you're busy today. I'm sure you're doing lots of transfer stuff yourself.
Loads of transfer stuff. So listen, everybody subscribe to Curtis, and if you see me elsewhere, come and join me.
Thanks a lot, bro. Yep, subscribe to Curtis Shaw TV. Subscribe to one Kevin Campbell. And I'll be back tonight as well. You're doing anything tonight on anyone's channel?
Yeah, I'm with the Highbury squad tonight from 9 till 11.
Okay.
9:30 till 11.
Yeah.
So, check us out, the last knock-ins, and hopefully we'll have plenty to talk about.
Hopefully, bro. Big up everyone in the chat and the comments. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back later on tonight. And take care. We'll be back next time, man. Bless. Thanks for coming on, Kev.
Cheers.